I want to talk about what happened today on Table Rock Lake. I was out there actually filming a jerkbait video. We're going to drop it tomorrow morning on my Intuitive Angling YouTube channel. And my wife Kim and I were down there filming, and we didn't get a lot of time to fish. We probably only had about 2.5, 3 hours to fish. But when we started out, it was you had like a partly cloudy, thin cirrus clouds in the sky. So it wasn't like super bright, but it was still pretty bright because they were just thin cirrus clouds. And we didn't have any wind, and we had clear water, and we just couldn't hardly catch anything. And it's like, I know I was fishing around a bunch of fish because they're always there in the wintertime. And then all of a sudden, about probably, I'm going to guess it was 2 o'clock this afternoon, the wind picked up just a little bit. It picked up enough to like ripple the water. And then also those cirrus clouds got thicker and the whole sky became overcast. So in a period of about 30 or 45 minutes, we went from like super bright light intensity and no wind to lower light intensity with a little bit of breeze on the water, and immediately started catching them. And we caught 3 really nice fish like the last hour of the day before we had to head back and get with Elijah. But the point I want to make in here is when you're jerkbait fishing, the weather pattern in terms of the light intensity and the wind and the water clarity all are super critical. Because here's what you have to remember. It's like, if I would have went out there today and known what the weather was going to be exactly, I would have not went to a clear water part of the lake because of the light intensity and no wind. I would have went probably, find a little bit more off-colored water. Water visibility where we were fishing was probably 6 feet clarity. I would have probably tried to find some place that had about 3 foot of clarity because of the no wind and the low light conditions. So I am convinced without any doubt, that when we were fishing those places earlier, prior to when the wind came up and it got a little bit cloudier, that those fish were looking at this bait. And what happens, this is what you have to remember. When you're fishing in a situation where it's not conducive to jerkbait fishing, as far as the weather patterns, those fish will still come up and look at that bait. But sometimes they'll even bump it, and you can even feel them. It's like you'll be working that jerkbait, and you go, I know that felt like a fish, but nothing was there. That's because they come up and like bump it with their mouth shut. But when you have a little bit of breeze, a little bit of lower light conditions in that clear water, instead of like coming up and bumping that, they actually bite the thing. The biggest fish we caught all day was on one barb in the very back hook. So that fish was probably studying that. And when I twitched it just right,